it's Vashell, and welcome back to my life. Today, I have a very special guest joining me for the first episode in my new series, which I have not yet named. So, after you watch this, drop a name in the comments of what you think we should call this series. But today, I have my special new friend, Zanaya Douglas, speaking to us tonight. We're filming this tonight from the beautiful island of St. Lucia. So, Zanaya, I'm going to turn over to you and allow you to introduce yourself to everyone.
Okay, so hi, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, I feel so honored to be the very first guest. So congratulations to you on your new show. But yes, my name is Xenia. Some people say Zanaya, but it is Xenia.
Kenya,
Xenia.
okay.
I was part of the Spicemas press posse, which is how I met the beautiful Vashell. And yeah, we're just gonna be chatting it up. I am a content creator myself. I do both travel, everything pageantry, everything health and wellness, and fitness as well. And I'm a former Miss St. Lucia, so I do have experience in a lot of things related to our island, as well as a lot of things related to just the carnival space because I was the first carnival queen for St. Lucia post-COVID. So I'm happy to be here. And yeah, let's chat it up. How have you been? How are you doing?
Yes. I'm happy that you mentioned Grenada because we cannot have this conversation and not reminisce on our recent
Oh,
Spicemas experience.
I'm telling you, I came back and my mind is not here. I still feel like I am at Sandals. I woke up this morning and I was like, where is the all-inclusive breakfast? I have to do everything myself.
I was talking about it all day at work. I miss it so much.
Me too. That was really good food. Shout out to Sandals, man.
Yeah, shout out to Sandal, shout out to the entire country, the people of Grenada for
Mm-hmm.
hosting a wonderful festival. You guys have gone viral. People cannot stop talking about you. Everybody who was there this year are already planning for next year. Those who missed out, they are already making plans for next year, and that's just because of the wonderful festival and the way that you guys showed Grenada at its best. And congratulations to you again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What I really wanted to talk about though is a trend that I noticed from Vincy Mas this year. I
Mm-hmm.
I saw it in St. Lucia because I did watch the live. I'm a big carnival girl.
Your
So
carnival
if
baby,
I'm
yeah.
not there, I'm gonna watch somebody's right? And then, of course, I saw it in Grenada. And that is the issue of where are the backpacks?
Mm-hmm.
Where are the backpacks?
Yeah, I the thing is, I think in St. Lucia we have adopted a culture which I think is similar to Grenada, where the backpacks right now are just for the photos.
Mm.
Really. They're just for the photos. I think people right now are really trying to enjoy the road experience. And it's not that the backpack really inhibits that, it's that we just really and truly the backpacks are really just a social media thing. You want to show that you look like a beautiful
Yes.
hawk with lovely wings. But I think a lot of people are just moving away from that. They want to enjoy the mass, so you make sure you take all your pictures before. I think there's also some countries like Saint Lucia now. I do is doing the rent a backpack thing, like
Really?
the photographers will get a backpack, or sometimes the carnival bands themselves might do some sort of organization. And if you really want to take a photo with a backpack, if you do like something with a glam, sometimes there's the carnival
Yeah.
glam.
The glam house.
Yeah, the glam hubs. You can actually rent a backpack if you'd like.
I
People,
did not know that, and that is such a great
that
idea.
is a money-making thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
honestly, because I have in my spare room, I was just looking at my backpacks there that are just taking up space. So maybe next year I need to offer my backpack for
Start the business.
during the morning of carnival for photos and make a little cha-ching cha-ching.
Start the business. I think photographers, like I said, they do that a lot. And the carnival hubs,
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of those just want the backpacks for the photos and they jump on the road is whatever they have. Unless you really are like one of the ultra frontline
Right.
models or representatives for the band, I've noticed that Grenada didn't really have backpacks either. Most of the
Yeah.
people have
Yeah.
them only in the photos. So, mm.
No, to be honest, I did not have a backpack in Grenada, right? In
Oh,
St. Vincent, I had a ultra frontline backpack. And
oh.
both experiences were different. I just have a lot of thoughts on this whole where are the backpacks issue because I sat down and I tried to look at it from different points of views, right? Um, and for me, I'm thinking of the whole spectacle of carnival. Like when you look at one of those drone shots, from above and you see all these, these feathers and these, extra extravagant things. It looks so gorgeous. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to look the same if everybody just decides to do body wear only. All right.
That's true.
Also, what I'm thinking about is the fact that a lot of the modern, we call them, I think, party bands are being, accused so much of not even having a costume and just having, a bikini with one or two feathers.
Yeah.
And, and having no backpacks, is playing into that of us
Mm-hmm.
not really thinking about the culture, and what goes into the design, and the theme, and making sure that what you wear portrays the theme, and all of that is a part of the culture and the whole, topic of mass making and things like that. So I've been looking at it from that aspect, but also as a masquerader myself, I can tell you, as I said before, I had an ultra frontline backpack in at Vincy Mass this year, and I got rid of it as soon as I could. I got rid of it as soon as I could.
I think also too people are looking at cost because I mean if you're a price sensitive shopper
Yeah.
for carnival, the backpacks do come at an additional cost, which is why I think most people just want the opportunity to just play mass, so they will
Hmm.
make an effort to simply purchase the body wear, the backline.
Yeah.
Maybe they might even buy the smaller version of the
Of
back
the backpack. Yeah. Yeah.
because they're looking at cost as well. Carnival has become a very commercialized money making event. So people are counting their pennies. And I mean, if I'm still able to jump at half the cost by just wearing my body wear,
Exactly.
so that's
Because
it. I can rent a backpack.
to
Like
be honest, as someone who has played with a backpack, without a backpack, played with a backpack, and then got rid of it, the experience on the road is still the same,
yeah,
whether you have the backpack or not.
I
And the
can still
mass
think
bands,
too.
I think the mass bands really need to kind of, blame themselves if they even care, because I don't know if they care whether or not people get backpacks or not, but I
Mm,
think that they would have to blame themselves too, because the cost of
mm,
what they offer now as add-ons. Before, remember, when you buy a carnival costume,
yeah,
you get
everything
everything, you get all your pieces. Now all you get is the base, basically the bra and the underwear, and then you have to pay extra for all of these add-ons. And that is what is deterring people from, being
from.
able to jump in the full costume.
Mhm. That's the thing, eh? That's the thing. But I mean, it's a conversation that needs to be had, I think, with the band owners because I really wish we could go back to the days when things were more inclusive, like you could just get one all-inclusive
Yeah,
package.
yeah, yeah,
But if that cannot happen, I can definitely foresee individuals just foregoing the backpack. I think banks should also really consider doing the rent a backpack thing because that's also another additional revenue stream for them. But I guess what their fear might be is that nobody's gonna buy a backpack at all if
yeah,
they leave that if they leave that as an option. I
yeah.
can't see you anymore for some reason. What happened?
Wait, my video is off. Why is I don't know why my video went off.
Where did you go? You're
I
back now.
don't even know. My goodness. I'm back.
Lovely.
Yeah, so I just think that there are so many people who need to be a part of this conversation.
Mhm.
Because like the optics of the backpacks is so beautiful.
Beautiful. It's true.
And even though sometimes they are uncomfortable because every year after Carnival I have swollen shoulders from my, backpacks and
Same.
things. And every year I say to my followers, this is the last year that I'm doing a backpack, but catch me next year in the biggest one that they have.
There
Yeah,
is something
so
very exclusive about just being the only one on the road, with like a full butterfly
yeah.
backpack behind you.
Yeah, but I think that, there needs to be a conversation with, all of the stakeholders because as a masquerader, if I'm able to afford a backpack, I would get a backpack.
Yeah, for sure. Same here.
Yeah.
It was more affordable for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It
Hmm.
is. And I know like they need to make them more comfortable on the shoulders. It is too
Yeah.
much.
I don't know. Well, I guess that all comes down to production too, because like I said, there have been years where I've literally gotten cuts, or
Hmm.
sometimes the way the backpack is supposed to fit. Because I'm even thinking of I didn't even wear my backpack, the one that I had for my costume in Grenada, because it was actually supposed to be tied onto the bodywear of my
Oh,
costume.
really?
So then it was kind of pulling my costume down. So the entire time I'm trying to fix my wire bra and all of that. So backpacks are a lot.
It's a lot. And then
So
and then you just said something again that I was thinking about. Why are these costumes so intricate and difficult to get into?
listen, if it wasn't for that tutorial, I would not have been outside for that photo shoot. I was in my room at the time of my photo shoot. I messaged I messaged the coordinator, and I was like, girl, I don't think I'm gonna make it. I cannot put this costume on. I've been
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
for the
I
past
do
half an
not
hour.
know. I understand that the designers are trying to, come up with new designs and, and be fresh but there's no reason why I should need like four or five people to figure out how to strap me in.
I don't know how it got to this point. Costumes used to be so simple,
So
bra,
simple.
panty. Then as the costumes became, more and more, as more and more skin became exposed.
Yes, I mean, you have said as they became smaller, as the material
Smaller,
started to disappear.
skimpier. Yeah, it
Yeah,
just all of a sudden we have to do all of this tying of string, and I'm done. It's turned into literally floss.
literally floss. And you know what I realized this year too is that the floss is the basic,
Yeah.
is the base layer of the costume. If
Mhm.
you want high-waisted, you have to pay extra money.
Which I just don't understand.
Yeah.
Did you know if you're somebody who sews, because my mom, she's a seamstress, right?
Mhm.
It's actually harder for them to work with less fabric and less material. So if they just get like a piece of fabric and they just have to stitch two pieces together to make the panty or
Yeah.
the bra, that is easier than having to intricately try to figure out how they're going to piece together something to cover your front,
Yeah.
string to the back.
No, I mean, I can tell you, I had a costume. I'm not gonna say which year because I don't want to, anybody to figure out which kind of a man I'm talking about. But I had a costume a year, and for that year, like I could not dance on the road because my business would have been outside. Now, I kind of take responsibility, partial responsibility, because I saw the cut. I should have known that it was not going to work with my anatomy. But
Mhm.
I mean, still, just like the geometry of it, I think even with somebody who had a different figure,
Body.
with
Mhm.
different body type, it was still going to be problematic. I don't
Mhm.
know who they make these things for.
Yeah, I've come to the conclusion like the fronts that are being made now, they're not for me. Nope, 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 they're not for me. They're not for
Yeah.
me. I am not the target audience. I'm not, but I personally prefer, and that's because naturally, I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm a little more conservative in certain areas. So I don't really like the thong bikinis per se. I'd rather something with a little bit more coverage. But for those who wear it and they wear it well, like kudos to you. But I hate the fact that we have to pay extra
Yeah.
for choosing to just, be conservative. Some of us are a little more traditional in the way
Yeah.
that we play. And I hate that we have to pay extra for choosing that.
And I'm the opposite. If it's skimpy,
You'll
I
wear it,
don't
yeah.
mind. I will wear it. I don't mind. I grew up in a Christian household. I wasn't allowed to do carnival. The first time I did carnival, I was an adult. I was working for my own money. That's the first time that I ever went to carnival. And I was like, if I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna go all in. So
That's so
song,
true.
skimpy,
Like I said,
whatever.
nothing
Yeah.
wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. It's just everybody has their preference.
Yeah,
And it
exactly.
shouldn't be costing us extra money.
Exactly. And I mean, like I'm saying, if I enjoy those skimpy things and I have to come out and say, you know what, no, it's too much. Let's hold on.
We
Let's
need to go back to the drawing board.
we need to go back to the drawing board because I think that is also affecting people's decisions or when it comes to whether or not they play mass. So
Mm-hmm.
we are talking about being, inclusive, body positivity, but I know that the thicker girls have to shell out a lot of extra money, just
Yeah.
costumes that fit.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, that's true. And even thinking about it now, for a couple of years, I think I told you that I chose not to play
Yeah.
mass back home this year. Yeah, actually, in the past, I think the past 2 years, I did jump last year because I had to work last year. So I
Hmm.
jumped last year. But the past 2 years, that has kind of been my general thoughts. Like I said, I do enjoy it, but it's just I always feel like, gosh, when I see the costume options, I'm not seeing costumes for me. Sometimes you look at a costume and then you will see yourself and be like, yes, that's the one I want. That didn't happen to me for a couple of years, and I was just like, I'm gonna wait it out. Let me see what they come out with next year. Let me see what they come out with the year after. So that's what prevented me from actually jumping on the road because I felt like I no longer see myself in the costume.
Ah,
What happened here? Where did you go? Oh, can you see me?
yes,
Oh,
yes, I can.
okay.
Yes, I can.
Good.
Yeah, and that
Something prepared
that
there.
that's really like important because you have to see a costume and say, "Oh yes, that is me. That is all me right there."
Which was so interesting because in Grenada, I was like, I want that one. And I want
I really did like the design of the costumes that I saw on the road
Yeah,
in
which band were you with? Were you with again? You were
Lavish.
with
I was
Lavish?
with Lavish. Yes,
Yeah,
like
Lavish had some nice pieces. Some
yeah.
nice pieces. And they were decent. They were good.
They were decent. Like I saw the girls, who had the things hanging out and they looked good, but those who were more conservative, everybody looked good. So I love when you don't have to compromise like sexiness or the actual design of the costume, just to cover.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely. I felt like there was something for everyone. Even looking at what they had on the site, there was something for everyone.
Yeah, I
So,
love that. I remember when I got on the road, it was so hot. It was so hot in Grenada. That was a different
but
type of sun.
I
And
don't know
I
what was
said
going
to
on.
myself, I was like, okay. So I was in St. Vincent. I was at Vincy Mass in this huge costume, and I'm here in this sun, and I could not imagine having a backpack in this heat and with everything. I was like, people really be looking at me thinking, is this girl insane to be on the road in this huge backpack? Because that is how I was I am honest, that is how I was looking at the girls on the road. They looked gorgeous, but
Mhm.
I do not know how they made it in that heat with those backpacks.
And some of them literally, I saw a girl, it was like after 8, and she had her backpack on, still fresh, looking amazing. She didn't take that off. I was like, are you
What?
okay?
What are
I'm
your
not living my life.
thoughts?
Go
What
to
are
waste.
your thoughts on that though? Because that's also a conversation to be had. When is it appropriate to
To
remove your
take it
backpack?
down.
Yeah.
Well, for me, when the sun goes down, so does all the other pieces of my costume. So like my headpiece by 6 o'clock gone. My leg piece is gone. Once the sun goes down, but that's just me personally. I don't really know what the etiquette is, but I just know by the time I pass the judging station,
Yeah.
and I'm already jumping up and not really want to just back and out and have a good time. Then oh, that stuff's coming off. I'm sorry. Give it to the kids. Let the kids
My
enjoy what I'm doing.
I am similar. As soon as we pass the judging points, it has to go. My
Yeah.
friends tease me and they say that it's because I no longer have to pay for a costume that I don't
Mhm.
understand, the value of wearing a
Oh,
backpack until,
mhm.
yeah, but I just can't see myself because like the second lap in St. Vincent, we do two laps because we do like a circle around the city. So we do
Mhm.
lap one and then we do lunch. Like we stop,
Oh, you have like a lunch break.
have
Oh,
a
wow.
lunch stop. We have a breakfast stop and then we come back to that same space for a lunch spot. You should experience it. It is amazing. I'm officially inviting you to
Oh,
Vincy.
thank you.
Yeah,
I'm really thinking about it.
yeah. So
So
we
you already
do
would call me.
So we do that first lap, and then the second lap is when you're supposed to have like zero behavior. That is when you let loose and you
Mhm.
carry on. And I can't do that with my backpack. I see girls doing it, but it's just not something that I could do. So I do not have a problem with people wearing their backpack until they're ready to go home,
Mhm.
right? Whatever you feel comfortable with, you paid your money. If you want to get your money's worth, then go right ahead. But personally, for me, after the judging points, it has to go.
I think that etiquette in St. Lucia, like I said, it's something similar. I think once you've passed the judging station, because ours you get to the waterfront. Once
Hmm.
you pass the waterfront, literally all hell breaks loose. People start to back out all the way, going back up. You're just seeing like a whole row of people just giving kids backpacks by the market exit,
Yes.
and everybody's just heading up the road.
And that's a tradition that I love, but I have not been able to do it because I can't give a kid this huge ultra.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy. And where are you taking it in your mother's house? Like, where are you going to put it? I barely have space. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, in my house. So, but that's a tradition that I love. I remember as a little girl, like I said, I wasn't able to go to carnival, but I would watch the parade on television every year, asking mommy, "Mommy, can I play next year?" And she would always say, "Yes, next year or the year after that," and I never went. But as a little girl, it was just such a wonderful thing seeing, all the ladies, in their costumes. So when I can, like, even if it's just to take off like an arm piece or something, I love passing that on to the next generation of masqueraders.
I enjoy seeing it as well. I myself, I'm just realizing I have not given up any backpacks away either. Because like I said, I'm not really a backpack girl. Like I
Mhm.
have the little midline ones, but it's
Yeah.
like I trashed by the time. But I need to make the effort. I will make the special effort next year. I'm giving somebody a backpack. I
Very
will
good.
definitely do that.
Now that we're talking about next year, though, what carnivals? Let me not say what carnivals you are going to. What carnivals
Mhm.
would you like to go to? Let's put some things out in the universe.
Into the universe. Okay, well, for sure, I'm going to Grenada.
Got it. Got it.
That's a done deal. I made
That's
up my
fun.
mind. I'm not sure in what capacity because I'm happy just going on my own, to be honest, not working and just enjoying
Yes.
the vibe because I do think that there was some events, because like I said, I am Grenadian.
Mhm.
So there are some events that I know we went to which were good. And I know there are some events that I would like to experience, some of the beach fets, because we didn't really do any of those. There were some other all-inclusives done by specific promoters, like
Yes.
Go to Pets, and C4 Promotions had some parties that I wanted to
I heard of
experience.
those.
Like Picnic, I really wanted to do that event as well. So I want to make sure I can actually get a holistic view of the events and do my own ranking. So like I said, Grenada most definitely will see me next year.
Yes.
Not sure which band yet either. I'm waiting to see what they come out with, but I'll be there. Barbados crop over sounds interesting. So that is one that I would like to do now. I've gotten to know Sam and she's spoken about. So I'm like, okay, maybe we could dabble in and see what's
Yes.
happening over there. I don't know if I'm going to meet Vincy Mas because Vincy Mas falls in around the same
Yeah,
time as,
it's literally the week before
yeah,
St. Lucia.
before hours.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So that's the issue I have because I do a lot of work down here. But I know after hours, Antigua is directly after, so I'm considering Antigua
yeah.
as well. Yeah, I'm
So for
considering
me,
Antigua.
it's of course, at home, Vincy Mass, Spice Mass again, as you said, that's non-negotiable.
Oh, and St. Lucia. Yeah, I'm probably going to be doing St. Lucia
Yeah,
next
I
year.
want to do St. Lucia and I want to do Antigua. So that's four. I don't know how I'm
Mhm.
gonna make it work, but I'm putting it out there in the
In the
universe.
universe.
Yes, yes. Make things happen for us. Make things happen for us.
I keep forgetting like to talk about my own carnival. St. Lucia's carnival is just like insanely crazy and fun and a lot of vibes. The parties I feel like are just as amazing as the carnival. But like I said, I didn't do it in for 2 years for specific reasons. Like I was just like, I'm tired. I was traveling one, I was in school, I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I said I would do it this year. I traveled again. So I will be home next year. Well, this year, so well, next year. So I'll be documenting solution next year for those who want to come. So if you're there, you let me know. So we'll go out
Yes.
to parties.
I will. Oh my gosh. And sadly, this is where our conversation has to end because I'm doing this via Zoom, the free version, and it limits us to 40 minutes of talk time, which I didn't even think we would have gotten through like what 20 minutes in here. We've been chatting it up. It has been so great having you here as my first.
Lovely see you. I miss you so much. We need to do another press trip.
Yes, we need to. We need to. I mean, I am most likely going to be in St. Lucia before, Carnival next year. I
Okay.
was supposed to be in St. Lucia this year. I had a flight and everything. I end up losing my flight because I rescheduled twice and it just never worked out.
Didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
So,
okay. You had to meet me first so that I could put you
yes,
to where
exactly.
you need to go. So, but we'll hang out for sure. If you come down, we'll definitely we need to link so we can do some fun stuff.
Of course, of course. So again, thank you so much,
You're
Zenia.
welcome.
Zenia,
Yes.
did I get it right?
Yes, Zenya.
Yes,
Zenya.
Danielle, for being the first guest on my new unnamed show. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed our little chit chat. Let us know your thoughts on this whole backpack or no backpack situation, or how long you should wear your backpack for. Any of your carnival, opinions, let us know below, as well as what should we call this new series here on my channel. So,
And,
yeah.
and also tell them to tell us which carnivals they're going to also.
Yeah,
Which
yeah. Let us
top of
know which
mind.
carnivals. We know Spicemas for sure. I'm sure everybody's.
Come on, everybody's gonna be there
Yeah,
next year. We can't miss this. We have to be there.
cannot. We cannot. So let us know that as well in the comment section. What carnivals are you going to? Or what carnivals would you like to go to? Let's put things out in the universe. You never know. You never know. Last year we did not expect to be in Spicemas on a press trip, did we?
At all. At the start of this year, at all. Not at all. Not at all. But
Exactly.
God is good.
God is
So
good. It happened. So yeah, you never know. Guys, thank you again so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this episode 1. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
bye.